Hi everyone, if you've been following along, you know that creating a resort-like Mediterranean-inspired backyard has always been something that we've wanted to do, and in our last home we gave our outdoor space quite a transformation, on a budget of course, but we loved how much it enhanced the feel and the atmosphere of our home just to look out at our backyard and see an outdoor setting that we truly loved. And a pool has always been at the top of our dream backyard wish list, so once we decided that we were moving back to Arizona, we got so excited to look at homes with pools. We saw lots of homes with resort-like entertaining spaces, but we just couldn't find one that felt like it was our home or our vision. So, of course, the one home that really spoke to us did not have a pool or the backyard that we were hoping for, and this was probably one of the biggest drawbacks for this house and made us second guess putting in an offer. We knew that getting this space to where we wanted it wouldn't be easy or cheap, and it was tempting to just find something that we could walk into and enjoy right away, but ultimately the views and the potential sold us on this property. And I think secretly, or not so secretly, we both liked the idea of a blank slate and getting to design and create a backyard that's 100% our vision. So this video is the first part of a multi-video series making over this space on a budget, DIYing and renovating this space ourselves. And we are so excited to take you all along on the journey with us. Okay, so here's the space that we were starting with after being in this home for about a year, and our water feature had definitely reached the end of its life with leaks in multiple places, and our plan was just to have the professionals install the pool only, and then we would do the surrounding details like the decking, landscaping, and other hardscapes ourselves to save on money. And for our inspiration for this space, we wanted to combine that southwestern feel with a Spanish Mediterranean vibe, and we wanted this area to feel like a relaxing resort that we never want to leave. So a little detail that we decided to incorporate to help enhance the space was the addition of deck jets. And we do get some road noise, so the soothing sound of a water feature will just help to disguise that a little bit. And it also helps the pool to look like a reflecting pond in the middle of a European garden, which I just love. We also liked the idea of a rectangular shaped pool with a thin border of stone or concrete around it to help define the shape. So now that we'd worked out a rough design concept, we decided to take some extra time to do research, and we ended up buying a resort pass to one of the cheapest hotel pools in our area that had different depths. So this pool went from 3 feet to 4 feet to 5 feet, and this really helped us to get an idea of how deep we wanted the pool to be. It was nice to be able to experience the different depths that were clearly labeled on the side of the pool, just to see what would be best for us. And we also measured things like the depth of the steps and how deep we wanted the water level on the first step. So we looked like total weirdos out there with our measuring tape, but it was so helpful when deciding on the measurements of everything. And ultimately we decided that we wanted to go with a 3.5 foot to 5 foot depth, and the first step to be a little bit deeper, around 9 inches of water, just to help keep us cool in the Arizona heat. So basically what the plan is for the pools, we've kind of have it staked out here, is we're going to have a rectangle right here, just a very simple shape. And we did want to try to keep this flagstone because this is very pricey, and patio and decking install is really expensive. And honestly, I really like this. I love the earthy look of it. And when it's clean and, it has the right accessories on it, it actually looks really nice. So what we're going to try to do is just chop off part of it here and then have our pool, start from here. And then we're just going to make these like little wandering paths. And then over here, we will have another little deck that will go flush here with the pool and the fence. So that way we can put our lounge chairs over there, and then we'll have some stepping stones here. We might end up having to add some more decking just to make it practical, but we're going to kind of get the pool in and then see where we want to go from there. So that's the plan. Also, I'm really excited because this tree is one of my favorite things. I love how it just kind of drapes over this space. And what I'm thinking is just adding a little outdoor table with some wrought iron chairs, potentially putting lights all over this tree, making it feel like its own little kind of like dining moment. So maybe hanging some lanterns from here over the table. So we're going to do like a little pea gravel area right here. And these bushes obviously will go. I really love these bushes because they attract hummingbirds. I always sit inside and I can see the hummingbirds always like going to all these purple flowers, and it makes me kind of sad to get rid of them, but we're just not in a place where we're able to save them. These guys are really big. So that's kind of the plan for now. So we're going to see how it looks once they level everything, and then get the pool in and then see where we want to go from there. Okay, so a place that we are drawing a lot of our inspiration from is this villa that we stayed in Tuscany, and we absolutely loved the feel of the outdoor area by the pool. And I thought that the travertine coping felt really classic, timeless, and earthy. It also is cooler than concrete, which is a big deal for us here in Arizona. And I just loved the way that this pool was simple with its rectangular shape and thin border. It enhanced the space, but it also was simple in the sense that there wasn't so much going on that it allowed the focus to be on the surrounding landscape. So we decided to go with travertine as the material to border our pool, and here we just went to a local stone yard to get a feel for the different options, and it was nice to be able to feel the texture and how smooth or rough each variety was. We also wanted to pick a color that would go with our flagstone that has a slightly red-orange tint to it. So we didn't want to go too light or bright. We wanted it to kind of blend but still have a little bit of color variation. Okay, so we got a little sample of something that's kind of red like the flagstone that we have. This looks a little bit too white, and I like how this has more of like that natural texture on it. So we ended up bringing some samples back home and kind of lining them up where the pool was going to go, but once we got them in place, we quickly realized that we were going to need the border to be a little bit wider, just because we want to be able to walk along the border when we're brushing and cleaning, and also just a larger area to sit. And the pool in Italy did have a much wider border as well, which we really liked the look of. Okay, so we're now back here, and we really liked those other two samples that we originally pulled, but then we were talking and we were thinking that we wanted to make the actual width of our border larger than 12 inches because these only come in 12-inch tiles for like the max size. So here this is 12 inches, so it would obviously make a skinnier border. So we wanted to have an option where we might be able to do like a 16-inch border. So this was kind of what we were thinking, and we like the texture on this. It's still really natural and kind of in the same color palette as the other one, but I think it might be just a little bit better if we were able to have more space around the edge of the pool.
I like that.
Yeah, I like it too. This is also the San Pedro travertine. I don't know if this is like a Phoenix local product or if this is something you can get everywhere, but I don't want to go too dark, but like I don't want it to be like, you know, like a dark walnut or anything, but I think it will still look light in comparison to our flagstone. Yeah, that's pretty. I like that. All right, so they came and marked everything out, which is so exciting. So originally though, it was a little bit nerve-wracking because the measurements that they had written down, it was like shifted 3 to 4 feet this way. So that really didn't give us much space to work with over here, because really this is only a remaining piece of yard if we want to do anything else like a garden or a little pottery studio or whatever. So the whole pool like went to here, and that was not what we had envisioned. It also looked very off-center with this existing deck that we had cut. So luckily we were able to catch that and have him shift it back over. We just called our pool builder, and luckily he was available at 7:30 in the morning, and it was all taken care of. So this is going to be our skimmer. This is going to be our light. We wanted to have our light here so it would be pointing away from the house and then illuminating all of our landscaping. But they need room to run that electrical, and this just didn't give them enough room with our deck being here. So this was the next best option. So we'll do that. And then over here, we have our little mini sun shelf. So we didn't want to do a full standard 6-foot sun shelf. We just felt like that took up too much pool. And Here in Arizona, we'll probably be more in the water than just sunning ourselves because it is so hot. But we wanted a little place to land and hang out, read a book, or maybe like hang out in the cooler months. So we did a 40-inch sun shelf. So this is 3 feet, 4 inches, still a little place to perch, put a chair. Kona can lay here. We're also going to have a bubbler right here in the middle, but it doesn't take up too much space. So these are our steps coming down from the sun shelf. And I'm really happy with how this looks and how everything's placed in the yard. I think it's a perfect size for us. Not too big, not too small. And they're going to start digging on Monday. So that's in just a couple days and things are starting to move pretty quick. So it's very, very exciting. Okay, so something that we were pretty nervous about when it came to the dig was the possibility of a hard dig. Something that can substantially increase the cost of a pool is if they hit rock and have to jackhammer the area out. So because we are in an area surrounded by lots of rock, we knew this was a possibility. So our neighbors actually said that they had a hard dig and they were quoted 1/3 of the price of the pool just to complete the dig. And we were holding our breath the whole time, but luckily we did not hit any rock and the pool was dug rather quickly. Okay, they just finished digging. Let's go see. Let's go see what's out here. Oh boy, wow, that is wild. That's crazy. They did that in 2 days. Pretty exciting. I think they're coming tomorrow to do plumbing. So this is where they sadly had to cut a lot of the roots from our tree to run the plumbing over to the side. It'll be okay, but I don't know. That's a big root. Hopefully she'll, oh yeah. Wow, that is a lot of roots that they had to cut. I don't love that. I mean, they're just going to run the plumbing and then they're going to fill this all back in. But it does look like a lot of these were severed, so hopefully she'll make it. So next, plumbing was installed, and poor Kona was really wondering what the heck was going on in her backyard, but she will be swimming and loving it soon enough. And it was also really nice to see the placement of all of the deck jets that we had wanted. And then after the plumbing, they came and installed the rebar, which will help to add strength to the concrete shell of the pool. So as all of this progress was happening, it was now time for us to go to the design showroom and narrow down our tile selection. And this was a bit overwhelming just because there were so many options to choose from, but we were kind of leaning into the idea of a patterned tile just for a touch of personality and to fit in with that Spanish villa vibe. Okay, so here's what we've narrowed it down to. And this is like initially when I picture a, Mediterranean Spanish villa, this is the tile that I was kind of thinking of and picturing originally. These are a little bit more neutral. They'd probably look really great long term. I've seen pictures with pools that have white waterline tile and they look really nice. This might show some calcification and kind of be annoying to clean, but I do like the rich, like kind of deep gray blue of it. This one, it's a white dot, so it's a lot more expensive. And if you look at it, it's like actually textured, which that could be annoying to clean. But I think out of these two, I'm still more drawn to this pattern, and this is within budget. This is just like a little bit too neutral. I think it would kind of blend in with the travertine, and I like that this has some pretty blue in it, and the contrast between this white and blue versus this is like tan and just tan, so there's not as much contrast, and I like this better. So really, I think because of the calcification, this is out. Because of the budget, this is out. Because of the lack of color, this is out. So we're really thinking this or this. So that's what we're deciding between. Both really good options, but I don't know. I'll just have to think on it, maybe see some picture examples and kind of decide if we want to do something more fun and patterned that, in my opinion, is timeless. Also, this is pretty timeless too, but it's definitely a little bit more modern and streamlined. All right, everyone, that wraps up part 1 of our backyard makeover. We have a lot more to share, so I did have to make this one a 2-parter, but in the next video, I'm gonna share our final design decisions and you're gonna see what the pool looks like all finished. So I'm not sure if that's gonna be immediately next week or if I'll do like a spring refresh and then do that video, but it will be in the next couple of weeks for sure. So you wanna make sure that you're subscribed and you hit the notification bell so you're notified when those videos go live. I'm really excited to show you guys what it looks like. So thank you guys so much for being here. I want to thank you so much for being a part of this journey. Obviously, this is a dream come true for us to get to be able to create this space. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.